Hello everyone, welcome back to my video lecture series on Embedded Controller Laboratory. So today we'll interface a digital to analog converter and we will generate a triangular waves and square waveforms. So after going through this session, the students will be able to develop an embedded C program to interface a digital to analog converter DAC on ARM Cortex M3, that is LPC1768, to generate triangular and square waveforms. So here is a square wave generator program. It's quite simple that the LPC1768 is having a 10-bit DAC, digital to analog converter block, which is having a register DACR, DAC register. So which is main important here. So this block, DAC block, is going to take a value as an input, a digital input value, and that is being written into a DACR register. And this DACR register is going to be converted, the value input is given to this and it is being converted into analog output. So here the block is internally connected with the ports that we have already configured here. We will go through a program so that we will see how it is going to convert digital input and produce a square wave and a triangular wave. Here is a program for square wave. First of all, in the beginning line, hash include lpc17xx.h, a header file is being added up here. Then starting with the main program, int main, we are creating an integer here, I is equal to 0. Then I'm selecting all the pins from pin select 0 register, that is from P0.0 to P0.15. These registers are selected here through pin select 0 register, and out of this I'm going to change the direction of only 8 pins, and those pins are P0.4 to P0.11. So total of 8 pins, that is LPC underscore GPIO 0 FIODIR, the direction. So if it is 1, it will work as a output. If it is 0, it will work as an input. So here we are making it 1 from P0.4 to bit 4 to bit 11. So these P0.4 to P0.11 will work as output port. So now these ports are internally connected to the hardware pins of 81, 80, 79, 78, 77, 76, 48 and 49. So these are the pins for P0.4 to P0.11. So when we set and reset these pins, is going to be taken as a value to the DACR register, and this DACR register will convert this value into an analog output which is connected to P0.26. So P0.26 is a output pin here which is going to produce analog signal. So I'm going to start a while loop here, continuously for generation of the signals. So here LPC underscore GPIO 0 FIO set, it means I'm setting P0.4 to P0.11. This in turn is connected to P0.26. So P0.26 is A out, analog output. So what happens is directly the output of A out is going to be high. Then it is remaining for some time period. For that purpose I am writing for I equal to 0 I should be less than or equal to 500. So that is the time delay that I'm going to generate I plus plus. So here it is set, these pins are set for some time period, which means on time period. Then LPC underscore GPIO 0, FIO clear, the same pins now I am making 0. I am sending 0 now. So this 0 is being sent to DACR register, and it is in turn making it A out is equal to now 0. So for some time it will remain 0 only. So that is off time. And again returning back GPIO 0, FIO set, making it high, and after some time making it low. So this continues and a square wave is generated. So it's a simple program to make it write easily, and followed by this program, the triangular wave generator. Here it goes, a triangular wave generator program. So hash include lpc17xx.h header file. Start the main program here. Here we are taking two variables. One is temp, another one is I. Two variables we have taken up here. Now here again I am going to select the same port pins P0.4 to P0.11 as a GPIO. So that is in the previously the same pins we have taken up here. The direction has been changed of these pins P0.4 to P0.11 as a output pin. So in turn which is connected to DACR register. So here again starting up with the forever loop for I is equal to 0. There are two blocks here. For I is equal to 0, I should not be equal to 0xff, that is 256. Maximum is it should be 255, not 256. So from 0 to 255, that is FE, whereas output varies from 0 to FE here. So for that many times the value of I is going to be increased plus 1 for every time. Now that value of I am putting into a temporary register. Then the same temporary register value is shifted 4 times to the left side. It means it is going to be updated now. Whereas if I shift 4 times to the left side, then the starting bit of this temp will have value from 4th bit, that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 are going to be activated here. Whatever I give the value to the I, it will be shifted 4 times to the left side. So as it is 0 to FE, one time say suppose I is now equal to 1, it means temp is shifted to 4 times to the left. Now the value of I becomes 0x00000010. Then again it is put on FIO pin, that is I am sending the this value 0010, this value to the FIO pin. So these FIO pins are nothing but the direction which we have already changed to the FF, P0.4 to P0.11. Then that is P0.4 equal to now 0. Then if it is been incremented by 1, P0.4 equal to 1. Then again I is going to be now 2. 2 means now here P0.5 equal to 1 and P0.4 equal to 0. Now again it is being incremented so that P0.5 is equal to 1, P0.4 equal to 1. That is 3 value. Again it is going to be incremented by 1. 4. 4 means 1, 0, 0. P0.6 is 1, P0.5 is 0, P0.4 is 0. So now in this for loop, in the first for loop, the value of this I is going to increase from 0 to FE. So the same value is going to be put up on the output pins. which in turn is going to connected with the P0.26 as a output, as a analog out. Now the value of A out is going to be increased by series from 0 to FE. Then another second for loop, what I am doing here is I am decreasing the value from maximum to minimum here. That is, I am initiating I is equal to 0x0ff, then I should not be equal to 1, and that is until 1 I am going to make it decrement I minus minus. So output is from ff to 1 1. The same procedure, I am loading the highest value into temp and then shifting that to the 4-bit left side, so that the bit 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 should be affected, and then putting this temporary value onto the FIO pin, where I have selected 4 5 6 ports 4 5 6 7 9 8 9 10 11. So this it goes on as it produces a triangular wave shape. So after burning these two values, first we need to generate a hex file, and then that hex file is going to be written onto the LPC1768. So we will see how the output is now generated. We'll see a small video here. Okay, so this is our square wave program, and I'm going to burn this using a flash program. Then I'm selecting a hex file, square.x, open, then start writing. This is how I'm getting the square wave output. Here a analog out wire is being connected to a positive terminal of the probe, and ground is connected to the negative terminal of the CRO. And this is the output for triangular wave.